Okay, hey guys, so Kian here, and I finally have some good news with respect to Shenmue Shenmue animations. Where we left off about 2 months ago, before work kind of got started getting nuts, was this, and I was really hoping to be able to just, even if the game does use IK animations, I was really hopeful that we would just be able to grab something that already understands IK. In this case, the Miku Miku Dance Loader, be able to jam it into that and then just be able to use it as is. And that gets us about 80% of the way there. The animations are still kind of stiff. We don't have a lot of control over them, and just quite um, not quite to the point where we can kind of bundle them and then be able to export them as an animation. And so the new approach that I've kind of switched over to is this. It's a more debug focused approach of just kind of writing everything down and being more meticulous about everything. So we have the index that the bone is in. We have the global bone number that the game uses, and then we have a few little things for the mapped motion bone that the game uses as a global rig, and then a few notes for IK bones, as well as the readout for animations in straight up JSON, as well as exporting all the files or all the values to a table, and the values that are actually read from the game are in bold, and then everything is interpolated in between. It's just in normal font. So that way we can see what's going on. And so what I've done here is for the animation, what I've done is gone ahead and uh, just written out the frames at the bottom. So if we go through here, we can kind of click and we can um, start to see the walk animation. I have the red and green as the left and right targets, and I've started to implement the right foot a little bit in terms of actually being able to move towards the target. So this was a huge cloud that was over my head for a long time. I was really worried about having to go through the game's disassembled code, and try to figure out what the what specific functions the game was using to be able to get the rotations for the knee and thigh and stuff like that. And I think they're just using a CCD solver. And since CCD solvers are kind of common, can we see what other CCD solvers there are, and then use that as a plugin and see how far close we get or whatever. So what luckily for me is there ended up being a very simple to use um, example that someone wrote. So credit to Yosipi on this one. And you just click a node and then you can move it around, and it does a really good job of IK. So I think, can we deselect that? Okay. And move the feet. So kind of very seamless, very natural, very nice. Um, okay, move it forward, back, and then this generally seems to be the rig that um, Shenmue seems to be using, because we have left hand, right hand, left foot, right foot, and then the root node target. So yeah, this seems to be exactly what I was looking for. So what I've done is I've started to copy and paste whatever I can from this code over into this example. It should be working. I tried doing it for the right foot. As you can see, it's moving a little bit. It's not quite there yet, but we'll just kind of go through and debug and see. Try to narrow it down, because I've cloned. What I've done is I've gone ahead and cloned it into my own local server, and what this does is every 2 seconds it updates. So what I've done is I've gone through and logged each of the left and right foot positions for the duration of the animation, and then every 2 seconds it's plugging in a new position and then seeing how this rig will handle it. And overall it seems to handle it pretty well. This looks like a pretty decent walk animation. So The advantage of this approach over, say, this approach is that this is already a very, it's kind of a plug and play animation, but it's kind of complicated and it's already the animation. So you plug in the parameters, you plug in the time, you tell the animation what it's going to do, and then it just kind of plays the animation. So trying to hook into stuff into there, and trying to change stuff is a little bit more um, of a arduous task. Whereas this just calculates it real time in the editor, so you're able to have a little bit more control over what the state is and what the position is, and say, okay, set the state here and then read it, set the state here and then read it, set the state here and then read it. So I think this is a pretty good chance, this gives us a pretty good chance of being able to set the position and then read the rotation on the frames, or on the bones. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm going to try to kind of merge and clone more and more of this example, because it's only a couple of thousand lines of code, which definitely isn't bad for something like this. And the important ones are probably a couple hundred lines of code. So I'm going to keep trying to clone this example more and more and get more of those information into this project here. But I mean, worst case scenario, we can always just parse in here, export to here, grab the animations, and then pop it out again. So I might even just make a new tab here, and then just pop this example into the, just cheat like crazy, pop another tab, and then have this example in here as well, and then just have that just read out the values, or have that as comparison. But either way, things are looking up right now, and that just gives us a little bit more control over trying to debug where the values are what the rotations are, when the values are, when and what. And then if we can do that, it's 8, 7, 9, 11, 12, we can just take a list of the rotations for each rotation for each bone, and then we can produce a animation file from there. And then once we kind of confirm that we can do that and make an animation that plays, then it's just a matter of going back and refining and making sure everything is peachy, doing interpolation. But with this, we can really debug and work on IK, and then we can also fine tune rotations and stuff like that. So this was just intended to be a quick video for a quick update, and I'm a little bit more positive and a little bit more hopeful right now, because before it's just like, please do the thing, please do the thing, please do the thing, and now we're in an environment where we have a little bit more control. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll give you more updates, as hopefully something will start working soon. All right, see you guys later. Bye.